pocket anymore. I think Leonard's a Section 8.
Come on, last one. Let's go. Hit 5. Hit 5. All right, we are back, and yes, it is another refeed day. And as you just saw a pretty amazing leg workout today. Definitely a solid day for legs. And then you also saw the first meal of the refeed day, which was right around 3,040 calories for the first meal of this refeed day. We are also going to do something a little different today. I figured why not go through some frequently asked questions and have my beautiful girlfriend here ask me those questions, and then I'll answer them for you guys out there, getting a lot of the same questions and for all the right reasons. So with that, we are on meal number 2, which is a little bit of leftovers from meal 1. So we're going to eat this up as we go through some of these frequently asked questions. So without further ado, let's get after it.
Okay. So the first question is, why no days off?
So of course, as you guys can see, and what many of you are following, is a no days off training routine at the moment. Currently, today will be day 70, I believe, of that no days off training cycle. And to be honest, number 1, I just love to train. So if I can train every day and feel great doing it, I'm going to do it. So that's number 1. Number 2, right now the overall goal is to build up work capacity and muscle endurance. I have been training now for 27 years, and I feel as though I am at the point to where I know my body so well that I can push myself without any rest, but be smart enough at the same time to ensure that I am recovering well and injury-free. And everything up until this point has been absolutely fantastic. It is basically just another goal, another what I would call a macro cycle of training. Don't know how long it's going to go for, but I figured why not? Number 1, I love to train, and number 2, as long as I'm feeling good, I might as well continue to keep pushing myself and train every single day. I get the comment a lot about, you should take days off. Yeah, you should, and I don't disagree with days off. The thing is I do disagree with taking days off just because everybody else is taking days off. Create your own philosophies, understand your body, and train your own ways. Do what works for you. Just because everybody else thinks that taking days off for rest and recovery is the only way shouldn't be something that you think is the only way for you. So figure that out. There are many other ways to recover, and I talk a lot about this in some of the comments. Recovery can come in many different ways, and one of the number 1 ways to recover is called recovery workouts. And those are high volume, lightweight workouts where it helps the body get a lot of blood into the muscle, helps the pump, and what also plays a huge role in restoring and recovering the muscles, especially after a heavy day. It gives the central nervous system a rest, but at the same time gets a lot of blood, nutrients, oxygen, and everything else into the muscle, nitric oxide, to help recover those muscles. So that's just one example of many different ways. Yes, taking days off is one way, but again, high volume and looking at different recovery workout routines would be another way to recover. So that's what's currently working for me. And with no days off, everything is running smooth, and I'm using those philosophies to some degree along with an instinctive training split routine, which essentially is basically just feeling it out for the day. If muscles are sore, I rest them. If muscles are ready, I train them. It's that simple, and it's working out really well. So no days off will continue, and we are on day 70.
Okay. And did you say, your overall goal isn't building muscle?
Correct, yeah. Yeah, my overall goal is not build. So that's the other thing. Thanks, babe. My goal right now, a lot of people automatically assume that, and rightfully so, I get it. So this is not, listen, I love all the comments. I love the fact that people are asking questions questioning what I'm doing. I mean, one of the main points of all of this too is to get people thinking. So I respect everybody's comments, but I get a lot of assumptions that, you know, my overall goal is to build a ton of muscle, and that rest days off for recovery will build muscle. Muscle will come. I'm a firm believer in letting the training cycle and the type of training form whatever body and shape and physique that's going to form. So I'm letting that process unfold. The overall goal right now is not to put on a ton of muscle. So that's another thing that, you know, puts me through this, or is a part of my philosophy of this no days off. I mean, I'm not technically looking to put on any more size. I'm not getting any younger, and my heart is just as important as anything else. And to be putting on a ton of muscle right now is just not one of the goals. Like I said, building work capacity and muscle endurance is the main goal right now. Well, I say the main goal, but overall is just a love and passion to train. So, yeah.
Okay. So, another question that you get a ton is, why do you work out so early? You are training at 2 a.m. Are you just getting up at that point? Or are you going to bed later? Why 2 a.m.?
So, getting this question a lot. Why 2 o'clock in the morning? Number one, yes, I am getting up. I get up anywhere between 1:45 and 2 o'clock, and training starts, depending on when I get up, anywhere between 2 and 2:30. All depends. I am in bed before 9 o'clock, and I push to get anywhere between 5 to 6 hours of sleep. And why do I train so early most mornings? If you're following along, you'll know that there are some mornings, maybe one or two during the week, where it's a little bit later, and that's all depending on my schedule and what's going on for the day. But most mornings are anywhere between 2 a.m. and 2:30 a.m., and that's just as simple. There's a simple reason to that, and if you read through the comments, you'll know that I kind of comment this quite a bit to this question. Is I have an extremely busy work schedule, and I have a family that I want to spend time with. If any of you have been in this for a long time, and to whatever extreme you take your training, it can be a pretty selfish thing. And I think it's important that if it's going to be a selfish thing and it's that much a part of your life, that you have to sacrifice some things so that you don't sacrifice time from, you know, the ones you love, or your job, or your work, or other things that are important in life. So I've made the choice over the last little bit. It's been quite some time now, years of training in the morning. My body's really adapted to that. Hormone adjustments from the nighttime are all adapted. So again, all my sleep hormones are usually suppressed, you know, throughout the morning, and preparing for myself for a training routine, which I think is just adaptability and what my body has really come accustomed to over the years of doing it. But it's pretty simple. I train early so that I can spend time, number one, with my beautiful girlfriend, of course, my two amazing kids, and of course, I love the work that I do. We'll probably talk a little bit about that later, but I have a very busy job and a very busy home life, and I don't want to take time from that. So I sacrifice some sleep. I get my butt up, get myself downstairs, and to be honest, I kind of go with the phrase, I don't have to do it, I get to do it. And so for me, I love it so much. I get to train in the morning. I don't have to. And so that's important. And that's one of the things that I've kind of really pushed myself. And that's why I work out in the morning.
All right. We'll do one more so you can eat. All right. Do you train fasted?
Yes. So get this question a lot. Back when I was younger, or however you want to put it, or training a different routine, a different time in the day, I think
I was going to say powerlifting.
Or powerlifting, depending on my weight. I mean, there's a lot of different factors. Overall, I definitely support people having a meal anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half before they train. Whether that's some basic simple carbohydrates, some good protein. I definitely think that is definitely a must or something you should do depending on your goals. But for me right now, again, as I adapted to the morning time and getting up that early, I do not have a meal before I train. I train what we call sleep fasted, which basically is nothing to eat since my last meal before I go to bed. And to be honest, if anybody out there, does fasted cardio or anything like that, depending on, who you are and what your body is like and how you respond, a lot of people like fasted cardio. You're on an empty stomach, you're lighter. And also for those that are dieting and cutting up or what have you, fasted cardio plays a huge role with attacking those fat stores and getting rid of additional fat. But for me, it's just a time thing. It's something I've become accustomed to. It works. I don't need the extra energy from a pre-workout meal. I feel really good in the gym regardless. So no meal, and I train sleep fasted. That's good. So I'm going to finish up eating here.
We have more questions, though.
We do. We have quite a few more questions that I've been getting a lot of, but we're going to finish up eating this meal. Nothing too special. Like I said, it's a leftover from our first meal. These hash browns, they're hash browns stuffed with, I think they're Jimmy Dean stuffed with sausage, cheese, egg, and bacon. They're fantastic. And we have, of course, our leftover Danishes, our apple turnovers. And so we're going to eat some of this up, and we'll see you guys back in just a little bit. All right, we are back with meal number 3, and we have Subway. Went with a cold cut combo and a All-American Club, and my girlfriend got a cold cut combo as well. So we're gonna smash these, and then we'll do a few more answers or questions and answers. So we will see you in just a few moments. All right, we just finished Subway. Everything was fantastic. I love Subway. I don't know about any of you guys, but you definitely got to find the right Subway. I've been to some pretty bad ones, and we got a pretty good one around here.
Just don't get the lettuce.
Yeah, just don't get the lettuce. So they were fantastic, right?
They were good.
Pretty good.
Very good.
So calorie count right now on this refeed day, like I've said in many videos or a couple videos in the past, this refeed day is not only a time that we get to spend time together because we love to eat, and we both stay on a pretty strict diet throughout the week. This is also a day that I utilize these calories as a refueling time for my upcoming week of training. Like I said, I am not recommending that anyone do this, but this works for me and I enjoy it. So that's what I'm doing. I am refeeding, and my calorie count right now is just over 6,000 with the first 3 meals. But I'll stop rambling with that, and we're going to do a few more questions and answers around some of the most common questions I've been getting on the channel. So here we go.
All right. So another question that's asked pretty regularly in almost every single one of your videos is, what is in your shaker cups?
Yeah, so my shaker cups. My shaker cups are filled with basically what I consider my intra-workout supplementation. And in one shaker, I have electrolyte slash kind of a little bit of energy that supplements my intra-workout with my pre-workout, which I have before my lift. And then in the other shaker, I have branched chain amino acids. Both of them I usually finish and or simp on during my workouts. But yes, lots of questions about what's in my shakers as I come down the stairs and get ready for the workout.
Okay. So this kind of goes with the first or second question about why you train so early. What is your job?
So my job is, I work at the largest behavioral health organization in our area that provides mental health and substance use services. And my current role is a fancy title, the Assistant Division Director of Recovery Services, and I oversee many different programs at the agency. And if any of you are familiar with mental health and substance use, it is a 24-hour, 7 days a week job. And some of my department involves residential treatment programs, so you can only imagine what that is like. But love the work, and like I said, it's very busy, so I have to get my training done as soon as I can so I can focus on my career and job during the day. So yeah.
Okay, what is your height, weight, and age?
Well, I am 5'11". Get this question a lot too. My ceilings are low down in the dungeon, down in the training headquarters. So may make me look a little bit taller, but I am 5'11", and as I've said in many comments, my weight ranges anywhere between 230 and 240, depending on my food intake. Sometimes getting over that 240 hump on occasion. I'm drinking anywhere between 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons of water a day. My food intake, my refeed day will definitely tip the scale over 240. And then by tomorrow afternoon, I will be back down, lose a lot of that water, back down in the 230s, upper 230s, and then throughout the week, stay in that range, all depending on my food intake. But yeah, 230 to 240 pounds. And my current age is 38 years old.
Okay. All right, so what is your diet? What do you eat during the week? We know you obviously have the refeed days on Saturdays only, but what are you typically eating throughout the week? How many times a day?
So refeed is once a week. I do not eat like this all the time. This is 1 day a week in which, again, I refeed, refuel. The other 6 days a week is pretty simple. Anywhere between 5 to 6 meals a day. My first meal every single day, 4 whole eggs and a bag of frozen green beans put in the microwave. And then I have another 4 or 5 meals throughout the day, which consist of portioned out meat and vegetables. And I'm eating, anywhere between 1.5 to 2.5 hours, depending on my schedule, in between those meals. Last meal of the day, high protein, a meat source, and then, whatever we put together for dinner, some kind of vegetable, but very little, if any, carbohydrates. Fluid intake is 1 gallon to 1.5 gallons.
How many ounces of?
My meat source, as far as portion size, is anywhere between 6 to 10 ounces, depending on.
Per meal.
Per meal. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the veggies doesn't matter. I try to go a cup of veggies per meal. And I like the raw vegetables more during the day. Don't know why, just I think it's, overall healthy and better nutrients coming from raw vegetables, although cooked ones are just as, pretty good, but.
So why do you do one refeed day as opposed to doing small portions here and there throughout the week?
Because I like to hit a deficit during the week in order to maintain my weight. My refeed meal or my refeed day will bring me extremely high in weight just because of the calories and the actual weight of the food. And then throughout the week, the deficit brings me right back down. If I was to maintain a fairly spread out calorie diet, number one, I wouldn't be able to enjoy this day like I like to. And number two, the calorie intake would not put me in a deficit throughout the week.
Okay. And you also switch up your protein source. You do a lot of steak or ground beef and chicken.
Yeah, so all my
really
protein.
Fish.
Yeah, not much fish. I love fish. I love salmon. You know, I love all kinds of fish. But right now, chicken, beef, ground beef is 90-10. So 90% lean. Turkey and steak. All right, we are going to end there. And we will see you guys for the next meal. And we got a little more
Q&A.
We got a little more Q&A coming up. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, we are on to meal number 4. And it's just a little snack in between the upcoming meals for us. So we have some Uncrustables here, peanut butter and strawberry sandwiches. These little guys are fantastic and add some pretty easy calories to the day. And then we're going to go through maybe 1 or 2 more questions. So we'll get started with some questions and eat some Uncrustables.
All right. So, do you do cardio?
So I'm like on and off with cardio. Obviously my workouts are definitely increase heart rate big time with the amount of volume and trying to keep my rest in between sets under a minute. But again, I know that doesn't really translate too much to true cardio, but every so often, anywhere between 2 to 3 times a week over the last couple weeks, her and I have been getting out and doing some road work, averaging about anywhere from 2 to 2.5 miles. She does a little bit more when she's by herself. But yeah, we are doing some cardio. So yes, definitely have to be a little more consistent. But I do use some justification because of the high volume and the cardio that I get during my training sessions. But there's that.
Quick update on the refeed. 5 Uncrustables, which is about 1,050 calories added to my total. It's a good day. We got a few meals left in us, so I'm going to finish these up and we'll see you guys for the next meal.
Okay.
All right, we are back with meal number 5, and we have some chicken parmesan, stuffed chicken, put them in the oven type breaded things, but they look really good. So meal 5 right now is another 750 calories for me added onto the refeed day. And of course, my girlfriend has 1, and I'm going to put down 3 of these. So we're going to eat these first, and then we're going to hit maybe 1 or 2 more questions in just a minute. So we'll see you guys in just a moment. All right, we just finished up, or I just finished up meal number 5. Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Wish they're a little more calorie dense, but that's okay. 750 calories added. So we're going to do 1 or 2 more questions. So let's rock.
Okay. So how long have you been lifting for?
So yeah, I get this question quite a bit. And or if I don't get this question, you definitely see me comment because, you know, again, this is definitely something that I think is hugely important is how much time you've really put in. Training is all about understanding your body and living and learning from experience, adapting, and just all kinds of stuff, listening, learning. So my time has been, 27 years doing this. There's, of course, tons of detail to all of that and why and how and when, but I'll leave that for another time. But again, 27 years of training at all different levels. So, but again, I'll save that detail for some other time if you're interested in hearing about that. So yeah, 27 years.
Okay. This is another big one. So, what supplements do you take? And the second part to this question to go along with supplements, are you natty or not?
All right, so let's just answer the second part and make it as easy and simple as possible. Yes, I am natural. As far as supplements, again, this can get very complex, but I'll save that for maybe another time in another video. But I'll do this somewhat briefly. Pre-workout, I have a pre-workout shake or mix drink. Right now, I am using Hyde from the Jekyll and Hyde series. It's pretty good. Always looking for a pre-workout with beta-alanine, of course, caffeine. If there's nitric oxide stimulators in it, that's always a good go-to. Creatine, of course, and D-aspartic acid are always good go-tos when it comes to that. Hyde has a good portion of those, but also with my pre-workout, I also include a vitamin B complex, which includes basically all the vitamin Bs. Also, of course, there's vitamin B in the pre-workout mix in the Hyde. Not all of them, but a good portion of them, I think. And then I'm also a huge believer in NO stimulators, nitric oxide stimulators. So I do take a pump formula from EVL for nitric oxide stimulation. Huge believer in that. But that also goes with my pre-workout. So I take that pre-workout. Intra-workout, you already heard about earlier in the video. So there's my intra-workout. Post-workout is, again, some more amino acid drinks. I also take I take 6 grams of beef tablets post-workout, a multivitamin, fish oils, a potassium and glucosamine supplement, all post-workout. And then bedtime supplements include D-aspartic acid supplement, magnesium, zinc, and glutamine sometimes, arginine, and the list goes on. But those are the real main ones that I can think of right now. But again, that's a whole nother conversation that I have had and will have down the road at some point. But I am definitely very well in tune with my supplementation and the benefits of that. Very important to take your supplements. So there's just a brief kind of overview of what I'm currently taking. There are probably a little bit more, even some things that I may have missed or don't take at the current time. But for the most part, that is consistently what I take and have been taking for quite some time. So yeah, so we finished up meal number 5 and we have a few more meals to go and a few more questions to be answered. So we'll see you guys in just a little bit. All right, we are ready for meal number 6. Nothing too crazy, as you can see. We just have one Red Baron Supreme Pizza here that we are going to split. And yeah, so we're gonna get after it. This is meal 6. I'm not sure what the calorie count will be, but I believe up until this point, I'm at about 7,880 calories. We'll definitely hit 10,000 by the end of the refeed today, which is a decent day. But without further ado, we are gonna enjoy this and then maybe finish up 1 or 2 last questions for the day. So yeah, so we'll see you guys in just a moment. All right, just finished up that pizza, just smashed it. I'll have a calorie count in the video, but whatever, it is what it is. So we're gonna do one last question, and this will kind of wrap it up. So go ahead, what do we got?
Where did you get your gym equipment from?
Oh, that's the big one. As I say in 90% of my comments, one of my main goals is keeping that old school hardcore style alive, and I have the equipment to do it. I bought that equipment over 20 years ago from an old gym that I trained at, a real old school gym. And I'm going to try to keep this as brief and short as possible just because I don't want to keep you guys forever, but I will definitely do another video specifically on the gym equipment. But as you see, the gym is old school. Got the old school plates, the Yorks. Got some great bars, racks, full dumbbell set from 2.5s to 150s, a loadable dumbbell, a whole bunch of stuff. Actually have a few more pieces out in the garage. They have to bring down a leg extension and a Smith machine that has to get kind of custom made to fit down there, but I definitely think it'll fit. But that equipment I bought 20 years ago from a gym, and it has tons of history on that. That equipment has been used by some of the greats, like Mr. Universe, Mike Katz, and of course, you know, from the movie Pumping Iron, one of the greats, Lee Haney. Many of them have used that equipment down there. Again, I'm not going to go into full detail because it's a long story and I don't have much time. But yeah, that's where I got the equipment. I bought it from a old school gym. Before I went off to college, I stored the equipment, emptied out my bank account because I had to have it before the gym closed. And put it this way, I got an amazing deal on it. But like I said, we'll go into more detail some other time about that. So let me know if you're interested in hearing something. So yeah, that's how I got the equipment. Opened up a small gym. Again, big story behind all of it. A lot of history from you know, who used the equipment to some of the stuff that I have involved with the equipment, including a gym at one point, and of course the amazing dungeon that you guys see on a daily basis. So yeah, that's where I got the equipment.
All right.
All right. So we're gonna wrap up, and we have one more meal coming, but I think we're gonna call it quits on the questions. If you guys want to know something, or you want me to kind of go into more detail about something, like I said, I don't want to be this like, you know, traditional kind of cookie cutter channel, you know, and do all this kind of talking and all that kind of stuff. I know you guys just love seeing the straight hardcore training, so I definitely want to keep.
But if you want a separate segment.
Yeah, if you want something separate, I'm more than willing to
day.
do something like that on a separate day. But also, I don't want to water the channel down with a whole bunch of talking and everything. I mean, I think we got something, you know, a lot different, and I definitely want to keep it that way, original as possible. But if you guys want to hear something or want me to talk about something that we talked about today, or something you've seen in the videos, or want, you know, any more information and questions, just ask, leave a comment, let me know, and we'll definitely look at it. So yeah, we'll see you guys back in just a little bit on the last meal of the day. So we'll see you soon. All right, well, here it is, last meal of the day, meal number 7. Went with 2 Angus beef sweet onion burgers with just some of your traditional ketchup and mustard. So this will finish out the day. This meal, meal 7, is about 1,040 calories and putting me over a 10,000 day. Again, for one of my refeed days. So we hit 10,000 calories. I'll have the exact calories in the video. So I'm going to get after this, and we're going to call it a night because we got a big day tomorrow. But yeah, so that's it. We'll see you guys next time.